Welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again. Finally back again. The Premier League is back. Obviously, we're back again with predictions. There is not as many people on as there was last year in the predictions. I'm planning to keep it pretty, not an awful lot of people this year as well. A lot of people didn't do what we actually wanted to do, which was, all put in money and then give it to the winner at the end. Only a certain amount of people done that. Certain people, were saying fair enough reasons like, I joined a bit later on, still joined. But there we go. We all got our own opinions. But yeah, we'll be restarting it new. It's currently 4 of us. And like I said, I'm not planning to do an overall a lot. And yeah, it's one of them where we put money in, like I said, so a lot of people can't do bank transfers and that. So that sort of thing. But anyway, we are back again. New season, obviously season 2, episode 1. I thought I'd do a new season. It makes sense as it is actually a new season. So yeah, big up everyone that smashed the like before. Big up everyone that commented before. We'll get into the comments before we obviously go through the predictions. Big up Newsflash. He says Fulham 4-0 Liverpool. But he's joking. I mean, flipping never say never. Liverpool have not actually beat Fulham in 2 games. Now, everyone's going to be like, what, you really think they'll do it? Just wait till my prediction. That's all I'm going to say. You lot are probably thinking I'm thinking they're going to win now or something. Up the Chelsea says, Hanno. I don't about that, mate. Big up yourself, though. Love you, Saints. 2-1 Liverpool. Yeah, a lot of people going 2-1 Liverpool. A lot of people saying 2 or 3-1. They're the most popular predictions I'm seeing. Obviously, as they are my second team, obviously, as most of you would know, I'll get into, my lineup that I would go with. But there we go. Big up Max. He says, Liverpool. You already know. Obviously, we've got Fulham flag in the background. Scarf. I always get them 2 words. I know the difference, but I always, get them a bit muddled up. But yeah, we got all the newly promoted team. No scarf, no flags of the newly promoted sides. But we have got, stuff for them this season. So yeah, obviously you lot know I've done that last year, spent a lot of money. And I just want to make the streams look better and that sort of thing. Like you lot already know, unless you're new to this. And if you are, big up yourself either way. Harry says, up the Saints. Obviously, he's got a little soft spot for Saints. Got a soft spot for a few teams, didn't you? Obviously, Saints. Who's that other flipping team? I'm forgetting about. Sunderland. That's it. Sunderland. Obviously, he is a Birmingham fan. Yep. No, definitely. But yeah, we'll get into it. So obviously, like I started doing towards the end of last season, we're going to be using this website, pretty sick website. You can literally predict games and do a little calculation of what the table would look like. So yeah, we'll be using that. And let's get straight into it. So the first game is a very good game to start the season, in my opinion. I don't want to base everything on pre-season, but you would say how good Arsenal are looking in pre-season. They're looking ready to go. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, my Premier League predictions, I still think they'll miss out on top 4. I said they'll finish 5th, but they are looking very good. Jesus, I said it. If he moves on to a different club and Haaland comes to the Premier League, Jesus will get more goals. I stand by that, especially in this Arsenal team now where he's going to be the vocal point. A lot of people say he's better on the wing. Yeah, he is. But like I said, he's going to be the vocal point. So I can see him get a lot more goals, whereas Haaland is going to be more of an adaptation. And you won't have to just... I'm not saying Arsenal will just have to rely on him on goals, but he is, a big reason to getting goals to why they've brought him in, for instance. So, Haaland's obviously goals as well, but it's more creative play. And it's just another option, essentially. Do you know what I'm saying in that aspect? But anyway... Going to be a good game. Obviously, Crystal Palace, I always big up them for their atmosphere. Very, could you say, underrated? I feel it deserves a lot more credit than it gets. Obviously, a lot of people are starting to give it credit now. Always a tough place to go. So, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. Obviously, I will be doing a watch along to it. And, yeah, it's one of them. Obviously, Palace, Gallagher is going to be a massive miss for them. But I think they're still in good positions, with the likes of Zaha there. Yeah, he's got an attitude problem, but he's a great player for them. A player that caught my eye ever since Millwall in the FA Cup, said it on the stream the other day as well. Elise, a brilliant player. Ever since then, I've just rated him very highly and I've kept my eye out on him. Mateta, they've got a really good team. They've got Sam Johnson now as well as another option for goalkeeper. I'm not sure. He might be the starter, to be fair. But then again, Guaita is a good keeper. It'll be interesting. Obviously, Arsenal have done business. And a good thing I said that Arsenal have done, like I said on my stream the other day, is, they've brought in winners, Zinchenko and Jesus, which obviously, they've got that winning mentality because they're in a very good Manchester City side. And they've brought that to Arsenal. And a lot of players, the youngsters do, and maybe a few others, but not a lot of players have that in the Arsenal team. So that's going to benefit them in that aspect. How do I see this one going? Like I said, Palace, very, tough place to go. Brilliant atmosphere they have. I think it's going to be a tight one. I'm going to go with a famous 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. I think it's going to be a very tight game. But I think Jesus will get the goal. Do you know what I'll do on these streams? I'll go with my goal scorers, unless I think a mad result, which I already do for one of the games. But yeah, you know what? I just got a feeling Jesus will score 1-0. It will be a very end-to-end game, but I think Arsenal will break through and get the winner. So that's what I reckon there. Let's go through some comments. Big up everyone in the comments, by the way. Comments going mad. So big up yourselves. Saints and Sunderland, mate. And my sauce. Yeah, that's it. Come on, City. Obviously, Sean, big up yourself. Man City fan. You rarely find them. Nah, joking. Big up yourself. He's gone 1-1. Fair enough, mate. Yes, T. I was thinking a draw. I think Arsenal just edge it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw. Look at what Palace done last season. They took, 4 points off Man City. Beat Arsenal 3-0 at their ground. Beat Tottenham 3-0. I wouldn't be surprised if they did get a result, 100%. Big up Chris, he says, good evening, hope life treating you well. Yeah, it's all right, mate. It's all right, same old, really. Big up Taylor, he says, yes, T, how are you, fella? I'm good, thanks, mate. Hope you're well. Big up yourself for coming on. Max has gone with a 3-1 to Arsenal. Really? I've seen quite a few people say that. Like, I reckon Arsenal get that many goals away at Palace. Interesting. 2-1 Palace, says Taylor. Zaha and Elise going to get them. Fair enough. Like I said, if Palace got a result, I would not be surprised at all. Chris has gone 2-1 as well to Palace. Palace always have Arsenal's number at Selhurst Park. Yeah, true. I think Arsenal this time round will get the win. But like I said, if Palace do get a result, I will not be surprised. Obviously, Max has already moved on to Fulham, Liverpool at 4-0. Like I said, I don't want to say too much because obviously I will get into that game. But Liverpool haven't beat Fulham the last 2 times they played them. Now, I'm not saying, they're not going to not get a result because of that. But and Craven Cottage has always been a difficult place, really, for Liverpool to go. So I'm not sure. About that. Honestly, I can maybe see a 3-1 at most. And that is not my prediction, hence why I just said it out there. 2-1 Villa. Fair enough. He's itchy putting all his predictions. And Palace be up for it under lights Friday night. Yeah, 100%. First game back as well. It's going to be mad. Leeds, you reckon Leeds will win? 1-1, 3-1 Arsenal. Yeah, a lot of people saying this. I'm surprised, if I'm being honest. 2-2, fair enough. Tottenham 2-0. Arsenal always seem to start the season, to be honest. That's Premier League giving the human word fan base hope, as always. 3-0 Chelsea. Jeez, you reckon? Big up Ty. Big up yourself, by the way. Leicester 1-1. Man United 3-1. Man United 3-1. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I see a lot of people say 3-2 for that game. My prediction for Palace may be a bit biased, but Palace do knock these about. No, I don't think it's biased. despite me saying 1-0 Arsenal, I do, like Chris said as well, they tend to have Arsenal's number at Selhurst Park. It's going to be a tough one. Absolutely. Hence why I've only said 1-0, but I think it will be end to end. Like I say, if you want to tune in tomorrow, I will be doing a watch long. So there we go. Surprise, Zaha is still at Palace. Thought he'd have moved on. Yeah, the difficulty of him, in my opinion, is his attitude. I don't think because a lot of people say he should be, no disrespect to Palace, but at a bigger club. For me, his problem's his attitude. And that's what's holding a lot of teams back from getting him. 4-0 Liverpool. Really? A lot of people think it'll be this easy against Fulham. I don't know, 5-1 Spurs. I would not be surprised if Spurs smash Southampton. Honestly, like I said, I think they're in trouble this season, despite them having like I said, I don't want to base everything on pre-season, but their pre-season ain't been too bad, especially against the teams they've been playing. Good teams that are usually, good in Europe, like narrowly losing to RB Leipzig, and I think they beat someone that's usually in Europe or got a draw or something. So, but I don't know. I just see glimpses at the end of last season, like I said on my Premier League stream, where a lot of people were actually turning on Hasenhüttl, which I'm a bit surprised about. Yeah, that they lose 9-0 every now and then, but no disrespect. It's like, who do you expect to get in? I'm not really too sure. Maybe Sean Dyche, but then again, he got sacked, so a lot of people won't look at him like that. Unfortunately, for his sake. I can see Arsenal finishing 5th at best. I don't get why people are saying they're winners a window. They made good signings, but they're definitely not winners, in my opinion. Still need more. No, I agree. I still need more. Winners at a window, I'd need to look into everyone's again, but I wouldn't say them. Even if I had to look at it again. Now, Zaha's chance is gone, man. Palace is where he has. Yeah, exactly. I agree on that. Like I said, the attitude is his problem as well. 2-1 Newcastle. Saints made some good signings. Yeah, they have, but for me, they're from what I've seen. Don't get me wrong, I don't look at them closely, but they're quite young, and they've got to adapt. And I don't know how they do it first season in the Prem, to be honest with you. Tight didn't work out at United. I thought someone would take a punt. You're just good outlet. I agree attitude, but if went to big pressure off attitude could improve potentially. The players Saints have, I think Dyche would be a disaster. Like I'm saying, that was just a random name I threw out. Like, who do they expect to get? Like, no disrespect. Like, who do they actually think they can get? Because I'll tell you right now, they ain't getting Nathan Jones. I'll tell you that. Do you know what I mean? But nah, jokes aside, like, despite the heavy defeats they've took, look at what he's done. Like, all right, there was no fans, but beat Liverpool. I'm pretty sure that was for the first time in God knows how long at their ground or whatever. So, there's records like that which, put a bit of respect on his name, I think, anyway. Dyche nailed on for Everton. Lampard, first manager, sacked on calling it. Not a bad shout. Yeah, you lot are jumping ahead with the games, but big up yourselves for that. 2-2. Fair enough. That's not a bad shout. No, I'll be honest. Chris, that was a great shout. Leave Nathan Jones alone. But yeah, anyway. My thing with Nathan Jones, not that it would, most likely not happen. He'd only leave Luton if a top six Premier League club come in, which just I don't think would happen. Not anytime soon anyway, because you know what he's trying to achieve with Luton. But anyway, less of that talk. We'll get more into that tomorrow on the Hatter Show. The next game, like I said, is my second team. Obviously, as you lot know, Liverpool away at Craven Cottage, away at Fulham. How do I think this one's going to go? I'll just give my general thoughts. Like I said, Liverpool have lost the last 2 times to Fulham. Now, I'm not saying we will lose because of that record. Records are there to be broken. Craven Cottage, not an easy place to go. It's first game of the season. They'll want to impress. It is a 12:30 kickoff. Now, towards the end of last season, Liverpool done well in them games. But before that, they didn't really do great. I think it was the Watford game, funny enough, where after that, they started doing well. Or Brighton or Watford, whatever game was before at 12:30, started doing all right. It might even been Newcastle. I can't remember, but there's that. Now Fulham have done some decent signings. Obviously, I said they'd finish rock bottom. I'll stick by that, of course. They're bringing in Leno, which, he's a very good shot stopper. His distribution is a bit questionable, but for Fulham, that's a very good signing. Mitrovic, is he going to do it in the Prem? I'm not too sure. He is this time again. They've lost Carvalho. Obviously, he's went to Liverpool. That's going to be a massive loss for them. And, I just think they're just going to struggle yet again, unfortunately. I'm not really convinced with Marco Silva. I'm not saying that because he's a former Watford manager. I'm just not really convinced he can. If someone's going to pull him out of this, I know your manager's your jigsaw to your puzzle, but the only way, Chris said it the other day, the only way they, survive, and I agree, is if Mitrovic starts banging goals. Because, you look at what Areola did when he was there. Great signing. And, he'd done some brilliant saves in that, but it still wasn't enough to keep him up. So, yeah, that's the only way I can see him staying up personally. But, let's move on. Let's stop sharing this screen for now. And let's go over to a lineup that I would do for Liverpool. So let me just share the screen and all that sort of thing. Give me a second. Yeah, so obviously played a 4-3-3. I found the exact one that Liverpool tend to play with the CDM and the centre forward there, as you can see. So goalkeeper, it looks like Alisson will be available. I'm not seeing that he's still injured or anything like that. Obviously, Klopp's press conference is tomorrow, so I'm just basing it on right now, and it seems like he's all good to go. Right back, I would go. You got to really go Trent, to be honest, haven't you? Because first game of the season, you don't really want to be playing Calvin Ramsey, in my opinion. So yeah, and then do you go Robertson or Shimikas? I'm gonna just go Robertson on the safe side, and then the back two. Kanate said he's going to be missing the a bit of the first half of the season. I heard, unfortunately, and Shimikas ain't available. By the looks of it, anyway. Just having a quick look. So you've got to go Van Dijk and Matip, I suppose, haven't you? Really, or potentially Gomez. Is Gomez all right? Flipping injuries all over the gaff. No, Gomez is all right, but I would probably go Matip. To be fair, that's the back five essentially. If you count the goalkeeper, obviously, CDM, Fabinho. Just looking to see if these are not injured or questionable or whatever, but no, they're all good so far. On the right side, you've got options. You've got Elliott, you've got Carvalho, you've got Henderson. I'd say Thiago's more of a left. Keita. I don't know why the hell I say it. I can usually say his name all right. Don't think Curtis Jones is available. Wouldn't go with him anyway. No disrespect. Who am I going to go with? Do you know what? I'm actually going to go Carvalho. Now, I would start him in this game. He knows a few little, tricks essentially. It still says he's a Fulham player on here and he'd sort that out. And, he might know a few stuff in the pipeline, essentially. Well, he will do. And hopefully, he most likely will tell the Liverpool team and players and manager, etc. So I think that'll benefit in that aspect. The other side, who do I go with? I'm going to go Thiago. I was thinking Elliott, but then I don't want to, go a bit too like where you could be exploited because Elliott and Carvalho could be pretty high up. Maybe got Fabinho behind, but then you don't want a situation where it's more of them on you essentially. So that's the midfield I'd go with. The right wing, you got to go Salah, haven't you? Really, it's not really a debate. Centre forward, I'm actually going to go Firmino. A lot of people saying they reckon he's going to have a massive role this season. I totally agree with that. But it'll be a lot more versatile, but there'll be games where he comes in as well and starts. So definitely, I would go Firmino this game, despite how good Núñez has looked. And then on the left, I would go Diaz. And I've got a feeling, and sometimes my feelings are right. Sometimes, look at when I said Luton would get Birmingham. Got a feeling Núñez will be on the bench. and we'll start Carvalho. So out of the new signings, I think Carvalho will be the one that start this game. Obviously, it would make sense as well against Fulham. Like I said, knows a few stuff about him and that sort of thing. So that's the lineup I would go with. So Alisson in goal, Robertson left back, Trent right back, Van Dijk, Matip as the centre backs, Fabinho, Thiago, Carvalho in the midfield, Diaz on the left, Salah on the right, and Firmino through the middle. So yeah, as for a score prediction, what do I reckon this game's going to be? Like I said, I just don't think it's going to be rampant, essentially, for Liverpool. I think it could be 3-1 at most. But obviously, like I said earlier, that is not my score prediction. I think it's going to be a lot closer. I do think Fulham will score, but I think Liverpool will win it. But obviously, it's not going to be too easy, in my opinion. So you lot probably know what I'm saying there. Then 2-1. 2-1 to Liverpool is my prediction for this game. I actually think Mitrovic might get a goal, to be fair. But yeah, I think Liverpool will win it. So there you go. Let's go through some more comments. Big up everyone again. Leicester 2-1 against Brentford. Potentially. If you're on about Nathan. 2-1 Liverpool. Yeah, exactly what I think. Fulham will take the lead, I reckon. I wouldn't be surprised. Liverpool 3-0. Odd on Salah, Nunes and Henderson. I don't think Nunes will start. Don't know why, I just got a feeling. So there you go. Fulham 0, Liverpool 2. We never find it easy away at Fulham. Always been close tight. Yeah, exactly. And I think it's going to be that again, especially first game of the season. Big up yourself, Velv. He says hello. This is Chris's lineup. Let's see if it's similar to mine or the same. Alisson, Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Elliott, Salah, Nunes, Diaz. So everyone that I've had bar Henderson and Elliott and Nunes, I think. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I think he will. Against Fulham. I do. And he's looked very good in pre-season. He looks like he's ready to go, mate. And I think Elliott being there is just massive for him as well, because obviously they've got that massive friendship and, they both want to do the same things. Elliott, I wouldn't be surprised if he started over Carvalho, though, because what I will say is Elliott, what a lot of people seem to forget, including myself, said that on the stream where I watched that Liverpool friendly after. I didn't really want to, after what happened, be a bit dead. But, Elliott was being a regular up until he got that unfortunate injury last season. So I wouldn't be surprised if he started this game, because he's looking very good as well. But we'll see. Not Carvalho for me. More better as a left wing. It's Elliott or Henderson. Yeah, like I said, I briefly just touched on my bit with Elliott. Henderson, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he started either captain. But I just think of changing it up a little bit. Elliott did start to see, yeah, exactly. Never beaten a Marco Silva side away from home in Premier League. Jeez, I never knew that. Lost the whole flipping now. Watford 3-3. Everton 0-0. Love to see Carvalho start. Like I say, I think he might. Harry says Liverpool win league 100%. We'll see. Obviously, that would be nice, but we'll see. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Now, this is a game I think could be a potential banana skin. A lot of people, are saying that as well. And that is newly promoted side. Sometimes you don't want to play these newly promoted sides, especially away from home. When I want to impress, get off to a very good start. And that is Bournemouth. That is Bournemouth taking on Aston Villa. Now, I do think Aston Villa will finish a lot higher than last season. Obviously, I put them 10th on my Premier League predictions. But like I said, I think this is a banana skin for them. I'm not going to lie. You don't want to play these teams sometimes first game of the season. So my prediction for this, I've gone with what a lot of people have gone with when they've gone with a Bournemouth win. And that is 2-1 to Bournemouth. I think it could be a tight game for a while. I think potentially it could be like Bournemouth score first, then Villa score. It's 1-1 for ages, and then Bournemouth sneak it. And it's a bit of a surprise. It's like when, sort of in the scenario where they get a late goal, when they done it against Liverpool, when it was that 4-3, when, Karius, unfortunately, had the mistakes in him. So it could be like that. It could be like that, but obviously a lower score in that. So I'm going 2-1 Bournemouth. I'm gonna back Bournemouth here. 2-1 Villa, fair enough. 2-0 Villa, fair enough. 3-0, 1-0 Bournemouth. Solanke winner. Yeah, question for the comments. Obviously, I'll tell you my thoughts. Who do you reckon is going to get more goals in the Prem this season, Solanke or Mitrovic? I reckon Solanke, mate. Honestly, a lot of people say it don't really work out with Solanke. He's a lot younger than Mitrovic, and yeah, I think he'll get more goals. But anyway, moving on to the next game, Leeds versus Wolves. Now, obviously, a lot of people, in my opinion, like I said on my stream the other day, I'm not talking about Wolves in the situation where, they were pretty poor coming on to the later stages of last season. And I'm not too convinced they'll do too great this season. I can't remember where I exactly put them, but I didn't put them, fighting for Europe or anything like that. Taking on Leeds, who I think will go down. Not convinced by the manager. They've lost two of their best players. Bamford's very injury prone. I'm not convinced with Tyler Roberts or whatever his name is. I'm just not too convinced by them. They fair play, they survived last season by the scruff of their neck. But I think they really struggled this year, and I think they go down. I think this will be probably the dullest game, to be honest with you, of the weekend in the Premier League. I'm going to go over 1-1. We're going to go over 1-1. I was thinking a 0-0, but I'm going to go over 1-1. Villa have got Carlos and two. Yeah, I know, but what you've got to think of as well, gelling. They've got a gel, and Bournemouth. They can be a tough side. They can be a tough side. A ground similar to Luton in the aspect where it's 1,000 more, and you're close to the pitch again. So that does affect them, and so you don't want to play these newly promoted sides at home first game of the season. Like I said, you don't. So there you go. Mitrovic, but close. Yeah, fair enough. We'll see. 0-0. Yeah, like I said, I'm not too convinced with that game. 1-0. I think you meant to put 1-0 Villa. Coutinho. Leeds going down this year. Yeah, I think they are. 2-0 Wolves. Yeah, I see a lot of people said that. What's that guy's name? That American guy. I can't flip and remember his name. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even trying to sound disrespectful. Like, come on, like, I don't even know his name. Everyone's like bigging him up. Oh, he's got the link with the American manager. Whoop-he do, mate. Whoop-he do. Leeds 1-1. Yep, same as me. So yeah. Well, why don't they? Leeds are doomed 0-0. Yeah. I was thinking 0-0, like I said, but I've gone with a 1-1. But there we go. Moving on to the next game, which I think is going to be a very, very interesting game. A lot of people have gone with a Newcastle win, which obviously I understand. Not in the Forest newly promoted side, and Newcastle. This is their first full season since the takeover. This could be a season where Guimaraes is going to be firing, which I think he will. Obviously, Botman, I think I said his name right, got him in as well. Nottingham Forest obviously done good business of themselves. Don't get me wrong, like I said, I don't really know where they're getting the money from. I know you get a lot from playoffs, but money like giving Lingard 180 grand a week, I don't really know where getting that from, considering all the other signings they've done as well. Done some good business. Like I said on my stream yesterday, I think they'll stay up. I don't think it'll be as high as other people think, but I do think they'll be away from it. But yeah, Newcastle, that's a very tough first game. Obviously, if it was at Forest, it'd have been tough, more tough than Newcastle. I still think it will be tough, and I think this could be a shock to you lot. What I reckon the score's going to be, but I do think it's going to be a draw. And I think it's going to be a thriller. I really do. I think it's going to be a thriller. I think it might potentially... Actually, no, it won't be game of the weekend with what I reckon with one of the games. But it's up there. And that is Newcastle United 2, Nottingham Forest 2. So I've gone with a draw there, a 2-2 draw. So yeah, let's go through some comments. Yeah, Geldhart, yeah, I'll rate him. He's that Scouse one, isn't he? I'll rate him. Sam Greenwood, I haven't really seen too much of, so I can't really judge. Jesse March's Bielsa, long lost brother, would be good at school, needing to help to know what meaning of defending. Facts. I remember you said that before. That's funny. Forest to stay up, yeah, I think to stay up. Like I said, I don't think it'll be as high as certain people say, but I do think to stay up. Scott Parker has already signed a dig at his owners, which brilliant mentality going into the season. Get my sarcasm. Yeah, a lot of people saying that. I was thinking that, but I think Forest can get a result. Like, obviously, it's going to be difficult. I've just got a feeling they're going to make their stamp. So, yeah. 2-0 Newcastle. Forest brought too many players. Going to take time to work. At best, Forest get a draw due to Dean Henderson. Yep. No, fair enough. Up the Geordie boys, 3-1. Fair enough. I love that. Big up yourself, Diego. Long time no see in the chat. But big up yourself. So good luck to all on your new Premier League campaign, except for Arsenal fans tomorrow. Yeah, I agree on that. I think it'll go both ways with Forest making a lot of new signings. Positive competition in every place in the squad is negative. Stops in your squad. Yeah, like I say, I think they'll survive. But I don't think it will be, a lot of people saying top 10, top 12, no, I don't think that. I said 14th, didn't I? Which is not far from 12th, but 3-1 Newcastle, fair enough. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he does. Absolutely. But yeah, there we go. There's that game done. Moving on to the next game. Now, to be fair, this is no disrespect to Southampton. This is probably one of the most favourable games. Tottenham could have got first game of the season, especially at home, especially with the new signings. Still got Kane and Son, Conte. It's looking very good for Tottenham this season. Like I said, they might actually potentially maybe win a League Cup. Obviously, I said they'll get third. Conte is obviously a short-term manager most of the time, but he wants to get stuff done ASAP. Obviously due to him being there for a short time. And yeah, I think this could be, sometimes you see first games of the season which are just dominant displays. Obviously, you didn't really see it in the Championship last week because there weren't really a lot of goals. But, you do tend to see one somewhere. And I think it will be here. Tottenham at home as well. Their crowd's going to be well on it, buzzing for the new season. And yeah, I think this is going to be one-way traffic, essentially. Tottenham 5, Southampton 0. Honestly, I just think Tottenham are they've got the capability to do it. So yeah, I've gone with that. Oh my days. Tottenham 2-0, fair enough. 3-0 Spurs. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say 3-0 Spurs, but hope for a draw, obviously. 2 of the newly promoted sides to go down with Everton. Interesting. I've said 2 of them will go down with Leeds, though. But Everton, it's not a bad shout. The reason I didn't put them in the relegation is I think the signings they've done, something like Tarkowski and that, I think they're ones that probably keep them up. Southampton will struggle for goals this season. Yeah, I totally agree, mate. Totally agree. I wouldn't say favourable because Southampton made some good signings. Still think 2-0 Spurs, but with Harry Belgium, don't think it'll be a thrashing. Well, for me personally, you wouldn't want to play. Like, I think Tottenham fans would be more happy playing South. I saw a Tottenham fan say it earlier. I'm not really going to go into it, but he said he'd be more happy playing a Southampton than like a Forest or someone like that. So, make you what you want of that. But, I see a Spurs fan say it, firsthand. It's to have a good season. Conte is a terrific manager. 3-0. Yep. So, yeah, there you go. There you go with that. But, yeah, moving on to the next game. Everton versus Chelsea. 5:30 kickoff in the UK on Saturday. And I don't really think it's going to be a great game to watch. Obviously, Chelsea are apparently looking at Aubameyang, which is interesting. And it, I rate Aubameyang, but it does show their desperation for a striker or an attacker, whatever you want to call him. He can play on both. Everton, like I said, done some decent signings. McNeil, his stats don't really tell you that, but like I said, I don't really rely everything on stats. Last year, I remember, I think I said Chelsea win and they ended up losing 1-0. No, they definitely lost 1-0. I can't remember what I said for the score. Don't think it's going to be a convincing game to watch. Don't think it's going to be a great game, to be honest. I reckon Everton 0, Chelsea 1. I just think it'll be one of them dull games where Chelsea nick it. Wouldn't even be surprised if they don't get anything. I'm being honest. It's not looking too great. I still put Chelsea in the top 4 this season. But yeah, it's not looking too great for them really at this current moment in time. Yeah, they've brought Sterling in and Koulibaly, which I think will both be good, but it still need an attacker. It's as simple as that. 1-1 draw, fair enough. 1-1, 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah, I see a lot of people say 2-0 as well. Everton are Chelsea bogey team and Mount wants to start a gift. 3-0 Chelsea. Jeez, fair enough. Ronaldo or Aubameyang, who would you rather have? You got to say Ronaldo, really. Like I say, I do rate Aubameyang, but I'm not putting him on Ronaldo level. Obviously. Easier Chelsea banger, 2-0 Sterling and Havertz. Fair enough. Yeah, I'd agree on that. But yeah, there's that game done. The next game, moving on to the games on Sunday, Leicester versus Brentford. This could be an interesting one. Obviously, Leicester's transfer window is looking very poor. Obviously, Schmeichel is pretty much left, if he hasn't already, going to Nice. And haven't really brought anyone in. Maddison, he could still be on the way out to go Newcastle. Tielemans as well could be going Arsenal still. It's not looking great for them. They've still got obviously good players like Vardy, Justin, Fofana. Their defence is coming back and that sort of thing, which could help them in that aspect, but they need signings. Especially if them players as a go, it's definitely going to affect you if you don't bring anyone in. I did still say they get Europa League, which could be a bit controversial, and I understand why people, have their different opinions there. But I just think with West Ham being in Conference League, because I put them lower, I think their main priority will be that, because it's European football at the end of the day. They'd love to get that trophy. So yeah, this one, how do I see it going? I think it's going to be another really good game, though. I do think Leicester, their atmosphere is good. I think their fans will play a massive part in this and try and drive them on. Brentford, they've done some good signings. Obviously Eriksen going is obviously a massive miss. But I think they've brought in decent as well, decent enough to stay up again. Lewis Potter, Hull fans put him in a mad pedestal. He is a good player, but they put him in a mad pedestal. But I think he'll do well with, Ivan Toney, Bueno, the players he's got around him. I think he'll thrive. The Burnley goalkeeper as well, who I don't think is going to be number one, but he's happy to sit on the bench. He turned down Man United to go Brentford. So what does that tell you? I know obviously it'd have been number 2 at United as well. But even then, come on, like, who's the bigger club? Let's be honest. And it just, for me, it shows you the turmoil United are in. Yeah, they're making steps by getting Ten Hag and that. But like I've said before, for me, it's still going to take a while with them. This game, I think it's going to be another thriller when it comes to goals scored. I've gone with another 2-2. So yeah, my second 2-2 predictions for this game week. So yeah, let's get into some comments. Yeah, literally, Chris. Chris has gone 2-2 as well, so he reckons the same as me there. 2-0 Leicester, says Harry, fair enough. 2-1 Leicester. I was thinking other than 2-2, 2-1 Leicester, I'm not going to lie. Just for the home advantage, simply. Vardy brace, fair enough. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game, which is going to be a tough game for Man United, I feel anyway. Obviously, Brighton, solid side. Last season finished the highest they've ever finished in top flight history, which is obviously ninth. And they battered Man United. Was that last game of the season as well? It was, wasn't it? But Man United still got Europa League because West Ham lost. No. Who did West Ham? No, West Ham played Brighton. Oh, I can't even remember. But West Ham obviously lost that, whoever it was. But yeah, Man United versus Brighton. This prediction that I've gone with, obviously, I've done my prediction beforehand and thought about it a little bit more. This is more of a safe side, to go on the safe side, being at Old Trafford. It will be a difficult one. Like I said, it will be a difficult one for Man United. But I have gone with them to win just on the safe side. That might sound a bit mad to say because, how poor United have been. Just think with Ten Hag, there is little steps. I think the thing that's going to affect them from not getting higher than where I've put them, which is sixth, is the fact, the saga with Ronaldo is still going on, unless they get rid of him now, but I just can't see it. I think that's going to affect them. So I do think they'll win this one, though. Like I say, I think it will be very tight. I've gone with a 1-0. A 1-0 to Manchester United. So, yeah. 2-1 United, draw 1-1. Let's go through other comments. Leicester did just lose Kasper Schmeichel. Yeah, it's obviously a big miss to them. I don't really rate him personally, but for Leicester, he's very good. So there you go. 2-2. Not a bad shout. 2-1 United. I read that one, didn't I? Man United 2-1. But won't shot me. Yeah, exactly. Brighton lost Cucurella. Yeah, massive miss. I forgot they've got flipping. I don't know if it'd be available, but Lamptey on the other side, haven't they? But obviously, on that other side, it'll be a lot harder for them, especially teams will get into that position and exploit them essentially. So absolutely, 2-0 United, fair enough. 3-0 Ronaldo hat-trick, interesting. I was going to say, it'd be interesting to see if he starts, but there we go. But yeah, there we go. There's my prediction for that game. And then moving on to the last game, the second game that I'll be doing a watch along to, obviously the last game of this game week on Sunday at 4:30 in the UK. The last watch along I did on this game was mental. A very good game to watch, not even just because of how the algorithm was doing bits. It was a good game as well. Obviously, West Ham were 2-0 up. Jared Bowen double. And then obviously Man City brought it back, but West Ham still done brilliant to get a draw against Man City. And that was one of the games that slightly helped Liverpool, but obviously Liverpool didn't have enough to do it in the end, unfortunately. But yeah, how do I see this one going? Man City, obviously lost the Community Shield the other week. A lot of people say, oh, it's not a big trophy, yeah, whatever. Obviously it's not. I was happy that Liverpool won it, though, because the amount of times I've seen them not win it. And it's always good to beat Man City, especially if, how competitive them to have been in the last X amount of years now, fighting for titles and trophies and that sort of thing. It's good to see Núñez in that game shine over Haaland. But yeah, how do I see this one going? Man City don't tend to do well start of the season as well. I remember first game last season, they lost to Tottenham. Obviously a difficult place to go when Tottenham were on it. But even then, was it season before? It might have even been during last season. They were like, quite low in the table. And people, were thinking they ain't going to come back and win the league. And they obviously did. Can't remember if that was last season or the season before, though. But yeah, they tend to have pretty poor spots. And it is a tough place to go. West Ham, obviously, today, news coming out, has signed Cornet, or basically Gunnu. They've agreed a deal. And he's doing his medical tonight in London. Very good signing. Will he potentially play or be on the bench? I think he might be on the bench. I think this is going to be a mental game. Honestly, I remember last time saying 1-1, and obviously I got a point from that on the way I do my point system, and that ended up being 2-2. This time round, I think it's going to be mad amount of goals. Now, a lot of you might think City ain't conceding that many. But, it's first game of the season. Who would have expected a 2-2 last season? Not a lot of people, in my opinion. So this time round, I'm going for a 6-goal thriller. I'm going West Ham 3, Man City 3. Now, I see a lot of people say 3-2 City. So a lot of people can't really say I'm mad for that prediction. In my opinion, if they're going 3-2 City, it's only one more goal. So, yeah, I know West Ham ain't looked too great in pre-season, but, I think they'll be ready for this game. Like I said, they've got a lot more attacking options other than Antonio now, which is what they've needed, in my opinion. For me, maybe if they had a bit more squad depth, especially attacking-wise, they could have maybe got further in the Europa League. But yeah, like I said, City struggled first game of the season as well. So I'm going with a 3-3. I'm going with a 3-3. Yeah, let's calculate that, see what the table would look like if, obviously, based on what I've gone with. So Tottenham would be top of the league on goal difference. Liverpool will be second. I'm not going to go on for too long because it is only first game of the season. Bournemouth would be third. Arsenal will be fourth. Chelsea fifth. All that. I won't go over it. Like I said, all of it. And then the bottom three on the first game week, would be Everton, Brighton, and Southampton. So yeah, that's what it looked like. If results go the way I think they will. But there you go, people. That is my prediction done. Let's go through some comments. 3-2 Man City. Yeah, look, there you go. 3-2. See a lot of people saying that. 3-1 City. Fair enough. 1-0 City. It could even be a tight game like that. Hope West Ham win, though. It would be good. 3-0 City. 3-0, you reckon? Fair enough. 4-0. I don't know if you're taking the mick there. But there we go. Yeah, like I said, that is my Premier League predictions. Flipping hell. Don't know what the hell happened there. But yeah, that is my first Game Week 1 predictions, Season 2, Episode 1 of the Premier League predictions. So, yeah, big up everyone that interacted and all of that. And yeah, let's see what the like count ended up being. Oh no, what's happened here? Oh, my thing's just being very slow. So give me a second. Let me stop sharing that, see if that helps it out a little bit in that aspect. Right, there we go. It's just loading. 10 likes, yeah, we'll take that. Obviously, a lot more people will probably look back at this as well. So big up everyone that does. Big up everyone that already smashed a like. Did we get any new subscribers? I know a few people subscribed before. So big up themselves for that. Yep, we're 6 away from our next target, which is obviously 1,200 subscribers. So yeah, we're getting even closer and closer. So please do smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new with the notification bell on so you never miss an upload or a scheduled stream. As for content coming up, busy tomorrow, back to two streams. You could say, them days where it used to be 2 streams, a Hatter show and a watch along, or a Hatter show and a predictions. Obviously tomorrow is the Hatter show, where we got a lot to discuss actually tomorrow. Obviously the Birmingham game, obviously you get my dad's thoughts, you get briefly my bit more of my thoughts. Obviously I said most of it on the vlog, but obviously I'll say a little bit more. Flipping fly, whatever it is, just get out of my face. And then obviously the new signings we've done, 2 new signings. So yeah, obviously we'll discuss that as well. We'll be doing a preview to Burnley. And we have got a Burnley fan on. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that. That should be 6 p.m. most likely in the UK. I'm thinking of maybe doing it earlier, but don't know if I can. Because obviously, my dad's working and that. I think he works till like 5:30. So yeah, I'll just stick with 6 p.m. probably. The only reason I was thinking of maybe doing it earlier is because obviously I'm doing the Palace versus Arsenal watch along. After that as well, which obviously kicks off at 8, I'll probably go live about 10 to 8. I nearly forgot the flipping thing. And yes, I've answered that question before. Yes, I have. But yeah, there you go with that. Share the channel as well. Subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. And if you want to follow me across any of my social medias, then link to them are in the description. And Honey Gun Raid. Big up yourself, Honey Gun. I've actually seen you on Kieran's channel. I know you go on there pretty regularly. Well, you did anyway, especially a lot last season. But yeah, literally a honey gun raid out here. So what a mad way to end the stream, eh? Literally just a honey gun raid. Even Blue Terriers joining in on it. Do you know what I mean? But big up yourselves. Big up yourselves. Literally a honey gun raid. It's a madness right now. It's an absolute madness. There we go. Four people so far. I've said the honey gun raid. Is anyone that was going to be in here originally going to jump on that either as well, or whatever the word is, you know? Are you a Luton fan? Yes, Luton is my main team. Liverpool, I also follow them due to family. So yeah, give us a sue. I usually do it a bit better, don't I? Obviously, if Wolf was in the chat, he wouldn't be too happy with that. I'm a Burnley fan. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Good luck Saturday. Now, and to yourselves, mate. And to yourselves. If you want to get a bit more into what I'm going to say about that game, we'll do a show with a Burnley fan tomorrow, 6 p.m. So yeah, Honey Gun Raid and subscribe. Big up yourself. Big up yourself for that. Yeah, big up yourselves that do subscribe. Down the Liverpool. What do you mean? Appreciate you guys coming over to raid this legend. Now, big up yourself, Honey Gun, man. I didn't really know you kept an eye out on me essentially like that, because I've never really seen you in the chat and that sort of thing. People, this has been a mad way to end it. Obviously, I was literally, getting ready to wrap up, and yeah, the Honey Gun raid started. So big up yourselves for that. And yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I'd rather you come in and raid like that instead of coming in and being helmets, essentially. So there you go. There you go. But yeah, like I said, please don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new with the notification bell on. And yeah, if you do want to follow me across any of my socials, link to them are in the description. Please subscribe to my other channel as well. T-Boys TV Extra, where I post clips and highlights. Link to that is in the description. And like I said, 2 load of streams tomorrow. No worries at all, Blue Terrier, mate. Don't worry about that. Appreciate you coming in now. And if you do want to see my predictions, then just go back to the start, really. That's all I can really say there. But yeah, like I said, 2 streams tomorrow. Had a show, 6 p.m. most likely. Like I said, I'll schedule them, promote them on my socials like always. And then a watch along to Arsenal, or shall I say Crystal Palace, as they're the home side, versus Arsenal. So, yeah, that's what's going on tomorrow. Back to 2 streams a day, essentially. Well, just for tomorrow. And then, obviously, like I said, Burnley Luton vlog. But I don't know if it'll be on the Saturday. Depends if I don't have the issues that I had last time, trying to get it onto the thing. And it's a nightmare. But if not, it'll be Sunday, probably maybe midday or something like that. And then, obviously, a watch along to West Ham versus Man City. And then from there on in, I'm not too sure as of yet. But yeah, but Huddersfield versus Birmingham score prediction. Yeah, I'll tell you lot that. Because obviously we didn't do the championship show on Lewis's channel as well. I've gone, so he just wanted me to send his prediction, my prediction to him. I've gone 1-1. I just think it's going to be an even game, to be honest with you. I don't really see the hype. But yeah, Aways, big up yourself. He says, yo, big up yourself. I think we'll beat you 2-0. Fair enough. It is definitely going to be a difficult one. I think I've stuck with a prediction inside my head now, with what I think it's going to be. But it could literally go anywhere. It could be a loss. It could be a win. It could be a draw. Like, obviously, any game can be like that. But I either think one or maybe another. Whereas this one, I'm thinking literally it could be all of them. It's probably one of the toughest, if not the toughest place that teams are going to have to go this season due to the fact, how long they're in the Premier League and that sort of thing. But I do think we'll play better than Huddersfield did. That's what I will say. Based on my predictions as well, I think we'll do better than them. I think we're in a better position. Obviously, we've still got our good manager and that sort of thing. We've improved on last season. The only position we haven't really sorted out, and I don't think we will now, or if we do, it will just be another option, is a right-sided defender, or just another option in defence. So, yeah, Fairs, I'm going 0-0. Fair enough, mate. 2-1 Blues up the Blues. Yeah, I don't think any team will be able to cancel someone out. I do think if someone does so, it will be Birmingham, I'll be honest. But, yeah, I've backed Luton to win. Interesting. That would be great. If we got a win there, for me, that would be brilliant. You going Burnley away? If so, that's a long trek, so fair play. Yep, I'm going Burnley away, mate. I'm going. Got my ticket. My mate's got my ticket, but yeah, I will be going to it. Like I said, I will be doing a match day vlog like always. And it should be a good one. As long as we put up a performance, if we don't get a result, like I said, Burnley's, for me, it's probably the toughest place to go this season due to the fact how long they're in the Premier League. And, it is similar in a way to Kenilworth Road in the sense that, you're close to the pitch. It can be tense and that sort of thing. But it's also, for me, it's a good time to play Burnley. Their fans will probably say that about us as well. I just think it's a good time. Not saying we'll win, but I just think it's a good time because, they're still getting used to new things under company and that sort of thing. Whereas we're playing a new formation by the looks of it, but we've still got the core of most of the players we had last season, or if not, it's just more options, like especially up front. But like I said, I don't want to ramble on too long for that because obviously I'm sure we'll get more into it tomorrow on the Hat Show. I'm really excited for Luton away because I get to go through that garden. Oh dear, the way you said that sounds like you're violating. But there we go. There we go. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna wrap this up now. So please do subscribe to the channel. Smash a like, all of that if you haven't already. Big up everyone that came in, big up everyone that rated as well. Until tomorrow on the Hat Show, I will see you lot in a bit. Big up yourselves, take care, and peace.